Hey guys, it's yo boy Slickleaf 2.0 here to talk about Gohan on his new transformation beast mode. When you initially start off with viewing his debut, and especially being Piccolo's student starting from the bottom tier below, no one truly predicted the levels that Gohan will attain, especially his friends or family. Gohan would be regarded as being on the lowest level possible when it comes to being a warrior on the front lines, with comparisons to the Mariana Trench. The most unexpected supporter would be his father's rival and adversary for more than a decade, surprising the majority of the opposition but surprising himself the process. Piccolo visualizing that scenes of hidden potential in Gohan, which it is revealed by his ability to see it by his genetic makeup and the knowledge that Gohan as kid or as teen, who makes up half of his father's new generation of Z fighter, is acknowledging that potential. Knowing that Gohan is a half-blood, Goku a pure-blood, even though being a hybrid would have advantages if used to their fullest potential. And pushing the boundaries of what's initially expected of a child of his size. Even Vegeta was caught off guard even at the end of their battle on Earth after they retreated the first time from their encounter to come back to the battlefield to clash once more. To his surprise, even anticipating his highest degree of power, he is still surprised at his aptitude and adaptability and his fighting prowess when he's learning as he's growing, as he's engaging in combat that at least frustrated Vegeta, which was his opposition at the time, which is something to take note of. Before he went into the time chamber, he wasn't even a Super Saiyan and would probably easily get beaten by Namek Frieza. After a year in the time chamber, he didn't only reach Super Saiyan, he was half a meter away from reaching Super Saiyan 2, making him by far the strongest fighter at that time. Goku already reached Super Saiyan on Namek and then trained 1 year before getting back to Earth, then trained another 3 years for the androids and still was weaker than Android 17-18. He was probably as strong as SSJ-1 Vegeta at that time, without the virus. Then he trained 1 year in the hyperbolic time chamber with Gohan, got stronger but still wasn't able to reach Super Saiyan 2, nor could he beat Perfect Cell. Gohan, after a year of training, he became stronger than Perfect Cell after starting out without a Super Saiyajin and being inferior to Namek Frieza. Goku, after 5 years of training, he improved from being on par with Namek Frieza to being stronger than Semi-P cells, but not Perfect Cells. Gohan advanced significantly more than Goku did in 5 years. It would be like contrasting a cryptocurrency trader's profit with a stock trade investor's performance. That represents a significant distinction. With the information about Gohan's new form, Beast Gohan, and what it stands for being released by Toriyama. The following is entirely my personal theory and assessment of the situation. Hopefully, it will be helpful and acceptable to everyone. Let's take a tour of it. As a child, fierce outbursts when Gohan's inner beast erupted on a number of occasions, did something crazy, and then vanished in a fit of rage. The following scenario would take place, and survival instincts. 2 significant occasions are the battles with Raditz and Frieza. These 2 violent outbursts from Gohan rank among his most terrifying ones, and both of them were brought on by his terrible rage upon witnessing a loved one suffer. Not a thing has changed. Evolutionary defenses. Gohan most likely did not physically evolve for 2 reasons, even if the beast within him did come out. He couldn't have fully matured due to his frail body, to start with. Second, and perhaps more importantly, he did not exhibit the same level of inner power and stability as he does in later episodes of the show. I think Gohan needs to quit utilizing the Fury boosters. Listen to what I say. Gohan's intelligence plays a big part in his demeanor, especially when compared to Goku. Piccolo, who is regarded as the most cerebral fighter in the series, also trained him. Rage improvements were appropriate for his portrayal when he was younger, but now that he is an adult, a student, and ready to retrain under Piccolo, I'd want to see something else. This fight served as the ideal illustration. It was interesting to watch Gohan use tact and novel techniques rather than striking forcefully, whether it's the echolocating aura or the entire Nelson. Everything requires thought and planning. Gohan ought to have a different viewpoint, especially given that it seems like Saiyan rage increases are a typical trait. My Bulma, Ikari Trunks. The series has repeatedly demonstrated that changes in shape don't occur until the user's body is ready for them. They've been trained for them, and they have true control over the changing shape. In Super Saiyan 2, when Gohan witnesses 16 people dying and his friends and family being tortured, he shouts in rage once more, reawakening the beast within of him. From Super Saiyan 2 was created. Evolutionary justification. Gohan attained Super Saiyan status prior to the Cell games. Additionally, he and Goku achieved full command of the form, maintaining limiting the amount of energy needed for transformation and reducing their body's stress levels by keeping oneself constantly transformed. Gohan still hasn't fully developed his inner power, but this time, when he bursts, he does have control over his Super Saiyan power. His body was forced to transform into a Super Saiyan as a result of the awakening, stretching the limits of that form to create Super Saiyan 2. As opposed to what we saw in Super Hero, the Beast Awakening caused a Super Saiyan evolution because Gohan had complete command and mastery over his Super Saiyan form but lacked inner strength at the time. Base form to Ultimate Gohan. Evolutionary justification in this case. The most important question is why Gohan did not transform into Beast Gohan after this ceremony. According to me, the first problem is that everyone used to think that the Elder Kai was waking all of Gohan's intrinsic ability. But after all that happened, I believe it's more accurate to say that the Elder Kai merely unlocked the door for Gohan. He allowed Gohan access to the strength of his inner beast, but Gohan must decide how much of that power he uses. Gohan proves throughout Super that with the right preparation and perseverance, he is able to produce absurdly high quantities of power in his ultimate form. The clearest example of this is his ability to make such significant advancements in his training and meditation with Piccolo in just one day prior to the Tournament of Power. The meditation part is crucial, in my opinion, as it demonstrates Gohan learning new techniques for releasing his inner beast power. Last but not least, rage has always been Gohan's inner beast's true power. The ceremony has granted Gohan access to his dormant power, but in my opinion, the true beast must manifest as a result of intense hatred and rage after taking on this form. Gohan does not commonly exhibit this tendency because he is more focused on becoming into a reasonable and focused warrior. Super in place of. Overall, Gohan does not completely turn into a beast, Ultimate Gohan, but rather only slightly. The ceremony performed by the Elder Kai allows Gohan to access his beast power, but it does not fully awaken it. Instead of the calm, clear mind he had been training for, Gohan needed to be filled with intense rage in order to fully unleash his inner power. Situation: during the fight with Cell Max, Gohan loses control of himself in a fit of wrath after seeing Piccolo appear to be killed in combat, and rather ludicrous, never has anything like this occurred. Beast Gohan's evolution. From Beast Gohan to the Supreme. The Gohan theory of evolution. Gohan's ultimate form, Beast, developed in this manner. Beast Gohan is the true physical manifestation of the strength that we have seen in Gohan since he was a child, whereas Ultimate is a modest advancement that only partially taps into that potential in Dragon Ball. He has attained ultimate control over his inner strength, utilized it to the fullest, as demonstrated in the top, and ultimately erupted in a fit of wrath. His body is in a frenzy as he has finally reached a point where he can fully mature and release the beast inside. The outcome is Beast Gohan. Gohan develops in this way because, in essence, he has full access to and control over his ultimate form, which stands for his inner power. When he has an angry outburst similar to his explosion during the Cell games, that is when the beast inside of him will truly start to manifest. The controversy surrounding this form doesn't stop me from enjoying it. Even while it seems odd, in a strange sense, that exactly encapsulates the essence of this form, the full expression of Gohan's inner beast. Gohan's inward rage has always been fierce. I've noticed Gohan changing in this way throughout the years, and this is what makes sense. Gohan doesn't become Beast Gohan as a toddler during his fits of rage since he doesn't have enough training and control over his inner strength. Gohan, as opposed to Beast Gohan, changes into Super Saiyan 2 during the Cell games due to his flawless control over his Super Saiyan form and his ignorance of, obsession over raw power inventions and complete domination over his opponent when his raw ego get the best of him. So we can say with certainty, this is a complete 180 prompt and ready form, especially from experiences of mistakes in his prior battles. In referring to Cell, with his mistake prolonging the battle when it was clearly a large power gap when his father Goku fought Buu and went Super Saiyan 3. Right before the battle even started by Majin Buu power plummeted due to the fusion time running out. Goku understood the assignment and especially knew that he didn't need to exert himself and maintaining high level powered up form to outcompete Majin Buu. Goku outclasses Majin Buu in every combat category to beat him to a bloody pulp. All he needed was a precise ki blast in to eradicate every cell in his body to make sure he couldn't regenerate, similar to previous opponents that he has battled, which is obviously referring to one of the recent ones with a similar ability of regeneration, which is Cell. Although the tables turned in that situation if circumstances were at their best, and the fact of the matter is that Goku had his head in the game. If things were to play out without any turns, he would have finished Majin Buu right then and there with a precise sufficient high-level ki blast getting back to Gohan, which was caught up in the heat of the moment, and the battle get the best of him. Staying well composed and level-headed is the key to victory, which Gohan displays in Dragon Ball Superhero, keeping his mind on the task in hand and keep his eyes especially on the prize. If you have any thoughts on the video, leave a comment down below. Until next time, it's been your boy Slick Leave 2.0.